Welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel Santos, and for more than 10 years now, I've been using this space to discuss, practice, and talk about self-development, career development, personal and professional growth. And to do that, I've been using the most advanced techniques. So from positive psychology to integral coaching and philosophy. Philosophy is also one of the cornerstones of my work. So if you are new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You can click on the red button right there at the bottom. It's free. You're gonna get notifications from new videos that every other week you're gonna see new videos in this channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Today, I want to talk a little bit about this article called The Burnout Society by the South Korean philosopher Byung-Chul Han. This article, first element that is important to highlight here is that this was written back in 2015, so more than 10 years now. But in a way, it's an article, in my opinion, that was able to predict the future. Because when you read this article now, it talks about things that are happening right now in our society and things that are affecting all of us worldwide, wherever you live, whether here in America or overseas. Most likely, if you are seeing this video, you're going to be affected by those trends and those tendencies that many times we just take it for granted. We just assume that our lives, the world is like that. Things are like that. And we embrace this bubble and we do not stop to think, to reflect, and to question those ideas, right? So the main premise of the article is that modern society, all of us, are living in a state similar to a zombie, and that we are not alive, we are dead, but at the same time we are not dead enough, we are not alive enough. So we are in between life and death. It's almost a state where we are all doped, in the sense that we are living in an extreme stage of burnout, right? So everybody is tired all the time. Everybody does not have enough energy to keep going. And I see that in myself, and I see that in so many of my friends and colleagues and people that I coach. The main rationale on why this is happening, it's very interesting. So according to the author, it's because we are living in a society that he defines as the achievement society. We are living in the achievement society, according to the author. And I think, to me, this concept is fascinating because it's achievement of what? And he defends the idea is that achievement of everything that nurtures our ego in the most basic way, in the most, I would say, limited way. So achievement of more money, achievements related to career, achievements related to status, achievements related to power. We are in this rat race to achieve all those things all the time. Achieving to become more productive, achieving to create more, to produce more, achievement that does not allow us to stop, does not allow us to think, does not allow us to relax, to contemplate, to meditate. We should always be running and running. So in the historical context, the philosopher here, he defines that we moved from what he calls a disciplinary society. So the society we had from the earlier 20th century that was focused on discipline. It was focused on institutions telling me what to do, whether this was coming from the government or from the church or from my own boss. It was a disciplinary society, so I had to obey what other people told me. And then at some point over the last 50 or so years, we start to transition from a disciplinary society to a modern achievement society, which is really focused on all the things that I described. So that transition happened very quickly, and most of us didn't notice, most of us didn't pay attention. And that transition led into this society that today it's dominated by an access of things, access of information, access of work. So another pillar of this society, besides the achievement, is the idea of access. We are bombarded with access of everything, access of options. You go to a streaming service nowadays to try to look for a movie or something like that. You have thousands of options, so it's very likely going to spend hours there just looking for a title without being able to choose one. So the access is another pillar of this society which creates the feeling of burnout. It creates this exhaustion, right? Besides the burnout, one of the consequences of this achievement society is that we forgot the value of being bored. We forgot how important it is to be bored, to contemplate our lives, and the value of being bored to drive creativity. So contemplation, meditation, those exercises where we stop and we start to appreciate what is around us are extremely important. And we need, as I keep saying here in my channel, we need to be able to relearn this ability to contemplate, to live in the present moment, to meditate. And there are so many different ways. You can do a quick search here on the internet. You're going to find several meditation techniques, but be able to do that, to land our feet on the ground, to have a deep breath, and then finally be able to reconnect with the reality of each moment, and stop with the rat race. That is extremely important. And to me, it's one of the watch outs, it's one of the conclusions of this article, that we got to do something about this. Otherwise, we're going to be living in the exhaustion state all the time. Another feature of the achievement society, and that it can be extremely dangerous to all of us, is that it replaces external competition with internal competition. So the idea that I'm not competing anymore to be the best versus the other ones that work here in the same company, the same organization, the same team. No, I am competing to be the best version of myself all the time. But this definition of best version, as we said before here in the video, is a materialistic, egocentric definition. It's a narcissistic definition that does not drive healthy outcomes. So if I'm always competing to be more productive, if I'm always competing to become richer, more powerful, have more status, this race never ends. And this race becomes extremely toxic. So we also need to watch out for these narratives and the way that the society is telling us that we should do like that, right? So a point of reflection to me, to close the video here, is to always think, for which sake? If somebody tells me, oh, you gotta be more productive, read a book about being more productive. Yeah, being more productive for the sake of what? Being Oh, you got to learn how to manage your time. Yeah, manage my time management for the sake of what? Is it for the sake of having a healthier life? Is it for the sake of having options and I have more time to, let's say, go to the beach and enjoy myself, enjoy my family? Or is time management for the sake of having more time to work more? We always got to ask that question. What's the purpose here of these formulas that people are trying to sell us to make us more off, right? So it's a big watch out for the industry of self-development. And my channel, it is a channel about self-development, but it is a big watch out. And I try to stand out of this industry because the overall industry of self-development is self-development for the sake of achieving more, for the sake of putting us more and more and more into this trap of the rat race. And we gotta be in the lookout to avoid that. So here you go, the Burnout Society, fantastic article. And please, if this video resonated with you anyways, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments here down below. I read all the comments, and I appreciate you if you can share the video as well. Okay, have a wonderful week. Thank you.